Fish on.
What's up, guys? I'm doing a little creek wading fishing trip. I've already waded a little bit. It's raining. We finally got some rain. It's been really dry. The creek's super low, so I figured this rain would get the fish a little active, even though these little creek smallies are already just super feisty. They definitely have big attitudes, so stay tuned. I'll go over my gear a little bit, what I'm looking for. I'm using an ultralight style belly rod, the smallest size fluger. I don't know what fluger this is. It's the Fluger Tryon, I think. Real small reel. I'm using a size 1 offset worm hook with a 1/16 ounce bullet weight, and right now I'm using a Zoom tiny brush hog. Stay tuned. I'm walking downstream, trying to find those holes that hold those little bit bigger fish. Probably won't catch anything real big today. Maybe, I would say 10 inches is probably about the biggest fish I'll catch. Here's the Zoom tiny brush hogs. Watermelon red. It's always a great color for these smallmouth. For some reason, that red and that bait really triggers them, and they love eating it. So stay tuned, stay with me. Let's go get on some good fish.
Pretty cool place to fish, just having this cool bluff, you know. It's always fun exploring and just looking at new places. This might not seem all that special to a lot of people, but look, there's a cave. It's pretty cool, pretty awesome. Look at those eyes, man. Smoked it. Absolutely smoked it. There's about 10 following him. That one was fun. Just because you could see him hit it. Right in the roof of the mouth every time. They're small guys, but they are so fun to catch. It's always fun watching a fish smash your bait. I mean, you don't get to do that all the time on the river because bigger water, you can't really see them as well. But these creeks are crystal clear. I can see plumb across the creek right here, and you can watch your bait and just watch it get demolished by these smallies. They're just roaming. They'll just swim back and forth, back and forth. And for some reason, you can walk right next to them and they are not bothered by it at all. I just seen one hit it. Oh, he's swimming right at me. There's another one on him. I don't know if you can see that fish right out there on him. Oh, he just spit up a crawfish too. I'm gonna grab that and show y'all what I'm talking about. So this was in his mouth, just like that. He spit that out. And that fish was super full. That's what they're eating, guys. Looks like a deep pool down there, so. There he is. Not very big, but he's jumping heavy. Try to sneak past these little bass and then cast back up at them. Like that. That's what I want to do. See my line running? There he is. Just like that. This one's a puller. Look at that other one. It's crazy just how mean these fish are. Let it fall. And my line's running. God. Not a bad one. Not a bad one at all. He just spit out a crawdad. Snapped me off right there. He spit a crawdad. He snapped me off right when I tried to flip him up. I guess I was getting too arrogant. Snapped me off right there. That's what we're after. Big creek smallies. Maybe a half pound. This one's not as big as that last one, but hey, he's still a beast. I'm not seeing any big ones. There's a fish. Not a bad one. I don't know if y'all can see him out there. And he just jumped. You can see him right there. There's 3 of them chasing him. Man, they just don't stop fighting. You can see him right out there. It's pretty cool. Not a bad one. Not a bad one at all. Right in the top of the mouth every time. These fish are super relaxed in this water. It's mainly because it's cooler. The creek's cooler than the river. My last river video, if you watch it, a lot of those big smallmouth have the cool stripes on them, the tiger stripes, I should say, almost. And it's because they're really stressed because the water's so warm. Those fish get stressed out when that water temp gets up too high. Y'all, it's always important to get some good water shoes, like wading shoes or something like that. I mean, you don't have to have... Oh, there's one. I don't know if y'all can see him. Ow, I got a horsefly biting me. Golly. That horsefly bit the crap out of me. Right in the roof of the mouth again. Perfect every time. There he goes. It's so peaceful out here. It's really nice. There's another one. He had about 4 or 5 chasing him. And the reason they do that is because those fish can see this work up my line and they'll chase it because they know that they can try to pick it out of his mouth. That's just how aggressive they are. It's pretty cool. So right here we have this super shallow water that's trickling down into that pool, and then you have this pool that trickles down, and then there you can see that water trickling down up there. You pretty much want to fish each pool, but there won't be that many fish in each pool, so if you can tell that there's maybe the deepest part of that pool is 3 feet, you might as well just keep walking because it probably won't hold the big fish. I'm not saying it won't, but here's a fish. Not a bad little fish right there. Throw him back in. And adjust your bait. But those fish will pile up in there like that. I could probably sit here and catch 6 to 10 more of those. But I'm gonna keep going. I'm looking for that certain spot, that certain big hole that holds those bigger fish. That's all I'm doing. Man, one just smoked on top, little guy. Look at that perfectly square big rock right there. It's pretty cool. That'd be a perfect jumping rock if it was deeper right here. Flip it in there. Raise that rod tip up. One smoked it. Oh my gosh, you see all those fish on that? I don't know if y'all can see that, but there's like 10 other smallies on him. About the same size. There he goes. So this pool, like I said, starts trickling up there. I caught that fish earlier right up there, It runs down. There's this big rock right here and a deeper hole. And then this pool runs all the way down. This is the biggest pool I've seen with this much water. So I'm gonna take my time and I'm gonna fish this good, especially right here, because I can catch about probably 10 more fish the same size that I just caught right here. Still isn't exactly what I'm looking for, but it is good water and it does hold smallies, so that's what we're after. I'm gonna keep moving on, fan casting, and one hit, just hit it. And this fish is pulling hard. Golly, there's so many. Those are all attacking it. There's a bigger one too. Wow, look at all those fish. Look at all those fish. Wow, holy crap. Holy smokes, guys. That is so many big fish. Y'all, there was a bigger one in there than this one. This is kind of the size fish we're after, though. This is what I'm looking for. If I can get my rod out of the way. That right there. That's what we're looking for. Big old healthy fish. Super fat. There he goes. Alright guys, there was one about 3 inches longer than him that took the bait out of his mouth. These fish are so aggressive. If one of them gets caught and is running with the bait, the other ones will attack it and try to take the bait out of its mouth. The nature of these fish is absolutely crazy. How aggressive and mean they are. They never stop fighting. I want to catch that bigger one. I think that's the bigger one. Yep, that's a big fish. And there's more of them. This is the kind of fish we're after. I'm gonna lay this down and show y'all this fish. That is a really big, healthy fish. Great smallie. Let's get a release on him. There he goes. That's the kind of fish we've been after this whole time. That one was probably 11 to 12 inches. Maybe even a little bit bigger than that. Look at that rock. An exclamation point. Pretty cool. Alright guys, it's finally stopped raining. I've worked my way past that pool up there. And I'm walking up. It looks pretty good up here. Hit corners. It looks like the creek corners, so I'm hoping there's a good hole. It looks like it so far. Hopefully there's a big smallmouth in there, or even a largemouth. This spot looks like it would hold a largemouth too, so hopefully we can get on a couple more fish like that last big one we caught. That would be awesome. All this black slick rock, I try to walk in these cracks just because you won't slip as easy, but sometimes you can't really do that. You just kind of got to shuffle along. Nearly fell there. It's not as deep as I thought. It just it's lined with that black slick rock. But could definitely hold some big fish still. I already have one on first cast. And there's multiple following it. No big ones following it. No big ones following it. Gotta get my pliers. Sometimes you'll just the hook will go in upside down, just depending on how your bait falls. I'm sure there's a better way, but I'm sure there's a way that you can get your bait to always stay straight up, but I haven't figured it out yet. So that's where I'm at. Cast down there. If I don't see any big ones, I'm just gonna keep moving on. Feels like an alright one, I don't know. There's tons following it. Holy crap, there's so many fish following that. That is actually crazy. There was probably 12 other smallmouth following this fish. Dang it. None of them were of great size, but still. He just spit a crawdad out of his mouth. I smell something dead. I think it was the crawfish in his mouth that he couldn't get down. I'll show y'all what he just spit out. What just fell out of his mouth. So that just fell out of his mouth. It's a tiny crawdad. Well, y'all, thanks for tuning in on today's video. It was a fun one. Caught a lot of fish. It was pretty fun. Nothing, you know, we're creek fishing, so we didn't catch any, 2-pounders, 3-pounders. This is a smaller creek. It's in Oklahoma where I live. It's a fun creek to wade. I waded probably 2-3 miles today. It was fun. Caught tons and tons of little smallmouth. Caught that one good one, which was really fun. He put up a good fight. Caught 3 or 4, half-pound to a pound smallmouth. So it was fun. Fishing real light. I think I had 2-pound test on. Fluger try-on reel, the smallest reel they have. You can buy it at Walmart. I had an ultralight rod, sow belly rod, custom rod. I love those rods. I just mainly fish the brush hog. Watermelon red baby brush hog. Texas rigged it with a 1/16 ounce bullet weight. It was super fun. I hope y'all enjoyed the video. I had a blast. Stay tuned for the next video. It should be a good one. Hoping to get back on the river and crush some big smallmouth. That's my goal. Stay tuned for that video. Have a good one, guys.